I think, and it's going to be challenging because of JLA coming back in, and I don't know how that rotation works. But if Hukporti was the starting center for this team throughout the season, I think he can be an All-NBL player. And I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to put up numbers that are ridiculous and absolutely through the roof. But Derek Pardon, who we saw last year, was an All-NBL player. We loved him on this podcast. We raved about him every single game because he did the little things, and I think Hukporti does the same things. He might be a little bit more flashy because he's going to be above the rim. The rim protection is going to be elite. But Pardon averaged 12 points, 8 rebounds, about a block and a half. If you go back to 2 seasons ago before the injury for Hukporti, he was only playing 15 minutes per game. He was getting over a block, and he was scoring around 8.6 rebounds as well. Those numbers are going to go up, particularly when you're playing with guys that can facilitate Luke Travers, Dellavedova, even Ian Clark. I think Hukporti's in for a massive season, and I don't think it's crazy to say that he could be in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year and All-NBL by the time it's said and done.
I think what you just said there is key. Having all of these creators around him, whether it's Dellavedova, Shea Illy, Luke Travers, Ian Clark, when he goes in his little creation spurts, Tanner Krebs can do a little bit, Chris Golding can do it. Having sort of a complementary type big, as opposed to a big like JLA, Joe Luala-Drill, who you have to sort of throw it into, right? Things can sort of stagnate with him to an extent. That's not necessarily the case with Hukporti. He's going to be the guy who sprints hard to screens, who rolls really, really hard, who just plays straight up D and runs the floor, runs rim to rim. There's a good argument that kind of center is more conducive to the lineup that this team is going to play.